everybody, welcome to this month's episode of 80/20. This is a series I do with Natalie and we try to use up embellishments. So the idea behind this layout is to have 20% of our project to be paper, but 80% of our project to be embellishments. I'm going to be working in my COVID-19 TN journal today. I am using this little printable, which I believe was from Carrie Bradford. Yes. And it has all these sayings in the middle. I'm just using my T-square ruler and a Muji pen to go ahead and kind of outline that page. And that's literally the only paper we're going to use today. I have a large photo of my oldest son. This photo is 4x8. I get my 4x8 pictures printed at Persnickety Prints, and they are the absolute best. So I'm going to match these up perfectly, add some washi tape, and then I can work on this not as a 2-page spread, but more as like a 8x8 scrapbook page. And then at the end, I can take them apart and put them into my traveler's notebook. So I'm just using some washi tape. I'm kind of sticking it down good so it'll all stay together. And then I'm going to go ahead and start going through the embellishments. So what I want to do here, my plan for embellishing, is I want to go primarily black and white, but I want to add just a little tiny bit of like this mustardy yellow color, and then just a little tiny bit of aqua. Not a lot, just a little bit. So I'm going to go through, I have all these die cuts that are a cut apart, that were cut apart little die cut words from Carrie Bradford. I'm going to go ahead and use, I think, just that one there. And then my idea is to kind of have a cluster in the bottom right, and then a cluster in the bottom at the top left. So we have kind of like a diagonal pattern going on over there, and then some journaling at the top. I'm also going to add just a little bit to my 4x8 photo. I have these two little banner pieces. They're from a die cut set from Project Life. They're probably quite a bit old. So what I did was I kind of chose the colors I wanted to use and then went through all of my embellishments and just grabbed the ones that I thought would work well with what I wanted to do. I'm going to use this little flare. This is a flare from Scrap and Happy Studio. Love, love, love her flare. You don't have to watch my channel long to figure that out, right? This flare says it's too peoply outside, and I'm going to add it because it works perfectly. I'm going to start to work with these puffy cameras. So I have 2 packs of different styles of puffy cameras from Freckled Fawn, and I am happy to say that one of these packs of puffy cameras is now an empty. Yay! Right? I'm going to I want to kind of cluster these together, but puffy stickers, they don't, like, you can't stack them on top of each other. So we're going to have to do something a little. These are matte sequins. They're not sequins. They're enamel dots. They're matte enamel dots. They're from the Eyelet Outlet, and they stick to the backer sheet perfectly, but they do not stick to paper. Don't ask me why. I don't know. But I'm going to adhere them like sequins with some Nuvidilux adhesives so that I can just use them. I'm going through the rest of that epoxy flare pack, which is adorable, but I have other photos in my head that I want to use those on. So we're just going to use that one that says it's too peoply. And now I'm going to kind of work on getting some stamping done. I wasn't going to stamp, but I just had to. There was a couple stamps I had that just worked really, really well with my photo and the story I want to tell. And stamping is my jam. So that's what we're doing. This is a set, it's one of the Roadie sets, volume 3, I think, from Ink Road Stamps. And then I'm also going to pull in some stamps from Feed Your Craft that I absolutely love. So I'm just going to ink this up with some black ink, and I'm going to kind of use it as a place where the bottom portion of my journaling, or the bottom portion of my embellishment, kind of stops. See how it makes that nice long line? Let's just stop. And then I can kind of work in some more puffy cameras, some more enamel dots, different things down there at the bottom. I'm just wiping my stamp off with a baby wipe and putting it away. The other stamps in this collection, or this free stamp set, doesn't really work. Just that one. That one really, really worked with this particular photograph. So as I continue on here to embellish, let's talk about the photograph. This is a picture of my oldest son. So this was finally at the beginning of April. It started to get warm enough where we felt like we could go outside and go for walks. Before, it had been really cold. In fact, we had snow clear into May this year. So this day, I think it was in the 60s, and we decided we were going to go for a walk. So this is the first time we had left. We had been outside, like on our porch and out back, but not out in our neighborhood. So this is my son with his balaclava and a hoodie covering his entire face and a mask over his mouth because that's how we roll, I guess. And this was how he got ready to go on our first little outing around our neighborhood. FYI, we didn't see a soul. There wasn't anyone out, but he was protecting himself. So, all right. Here's that stamp set that I was talking about that I used from Feed Your Craft. I love this stamp set. If you're looking for just a stamp set that's like a stay-at-home set, this is a fabulous one. It's super, super awesome. And so I'm going to go ahead here and just ink up. I'm using so you can see that I'm kind of using my Misty. This is kind of, I don't just use my Misty with the door to stamp. I use my Misty to stamp on because it works really well. And sometimes, like in this case, when your stamp set is just really small, like this is just a little phrase stamp, you need the foam that's in the Misty to help you to get a good impression, but you don't need the door because you're not going to stamp it more than once, and it doesn't, you don't always need the door. But I always need my Misty when I stamp for whichever way. If I need it for the foam, if I need it for the door, whichever. If I need it because I think I'm going to like mess up the stamping, pull the Misty out. I'm telling you, if you want to get better at stamping when it comes to scrapbooking, the best purchase you can make is a Misty. I cannot say this enough. Anyway, I'm now going to go ahead and add another little stamp set up at the top, and then I'm going to work on my journaling. I left oodles and oodles of my process in this particular video only because without speeding it up, without editing at all, this whole, like my raw footage was 27 minutes. So this is a really quick page idea, but it uses so many embellishments. So you can see there, I have added some puffy stickers from Paige Evans. These are just like the last little bits of these puffy stickers. I think it's the Turn Page collection. Yeah, I don't have any more of that collection yet left. Just these couple of puffy stickers. But they worked because there was a yellow, that they had that orangey color in them and that pretty teal that I was going for. So now we have all the stamping done, and we're just going to I'm going to grab my T-square ruler. I'm going to do a bit of lines and then a bit of journaling, just talking about my son and how he left the house to go for a walk. The stamp set, I want to read it and tell you what it says, but I can't remember. I think the stamp set says I'm not as scary as my face looks. I think that's what it said, which was just something like that, and it was too perfect for this picture, because he did kind of look a little scary. I mean, he kind of, you'd kind of be taken aback if you saw him walk into a grocery store or a convenience store or anything like that. So I think I have most everything done here. I have all of my journaling done. Now it's just time to add a little bit more color, a little bit more pop with some of these sequins. And then I think I do grab another puffy sticker for the bottom, because you see I have that, I want to have a nice triangle of that mustardy yellow color. So I have the little bird, we were outside, I have that little banner that says Sunday. That was the day we went for a walk. And then I just need something down at the bottom. I don't remember what I add though, but I know I add something towards the end. And right now we're just gluing and sticking teal matte enamel dots. So since I used a very unsticky washi tape, I could just pull it off. It came right off. It was already starting to like peel away from the paper anyway. That's a good washi tape for usages that you don't want to be permanent. And I'm going to go ahead and place this in my book. So I have my COVID-19 Traveler's Notebook from Rock Your Notebook. I chose to have the one with the prompts. You can get it without the prompts. I chose to have with the prompts. This particular prompt and this particular page, I don't need the prompt, but later on for some of the other pages, you'll see how I use the pages with the prompts. That is definitely coming, but today we're just going to work on that. And you see there, I was showing you, see, I have 1 yellow, 2 yellow, I need another yellow. So I'm going to grab that from my stash and you can see it in the close-ups. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye.